day, sir. Today, I will be discussing to you my week 3 answers in activities 1, 2, and 3. So let's start with the activity number 1. First question. How science is observed in the Philippines during the pre-Spanish era? Science was already embedded in the way of life of the Filipinos people and was observed in the way they plant their crops that provide them food. Second, how technology is used by the people in the Philippines during the pre-Spanish era. Technology is already used by Filipino people in building houses, irrigations, and in developing tools that they can use in their everyday life. Third, how trading during pre-Spanish era had influenced the lives of the Filipinos. Trading with China, Indonesia, Japan, and other nearby countries have influenced the lives of the Filipinos by providing opportunities for cultural and technological exchange. Activity number 2. What was brought by the Spanish colonization in the Philippines? They brought with them their own culture and practices. They established schools for boys and girls and introduced the concept of subjects and disciplines. What were focused by science and technology during the Spanish regime? Science in school focuses on understanding different concepts related to the human body, plants, animals, and heavenly bodies. Technology focuses on using and developing house tools used in everyday life. Describe the lives of the Filipinos during the Spanish regime in terms of education. Filipinos during the Spanish era slowly became modernized, adopting some Western technology and their ways of life. The Filipinos developed ways to replicate technology brought by the Spaniards using indigenous materials. Medicine and advanced science were introduced in formal colleges and universities established by the Catholic orders. What was brought by the galleon trade in the country during the Spanish era? The galleon trade has brought additional technology and development in the Philippines. These trades allowed other ideas, crafts, tools, cultural practices, technology, and Western practices to reach the country. What halted the growth of science in the Philippines during the Spanish era? The superstitious beliefs halted the growth of science and technology in the Philippines since the Spanish era. So now, let's proceed to the activity number 3. What were the development of science and technology during American era? The development of science and technology during the American era were establish the public education system, improve the engineering works and health conditions of the people, establish a modern research university, University of the Philippines, created more public hospitals. Mineral resources were explored and exploited during the American times. Transportation and communication system were improved, though not accessible throughout the country. How the Americans implement science education in the Philippines. They reorganized the learning of science and introduced it in the public and private schools. How the desire of the Americans to develop the human resources had helped the Filipinos. This allowed American scholars to introduce new knowledge and technology in the country. How the World War II had destabilized the development of the Philippines. World War II has destabilized the development of the Philippines in many ways. Institutions and public facilities were turned into ashes, houses were burned, and many lives were destroyed. How the development of science and technology in the Philippines is shaped and impacted the people. The development of science and technology in the Philippines is shaped by several factors and influences. Like in the history of science in other countries, it is always shaped by human and social activities, both internal and external, and impacted on the lives of the people and the development of the Philippine society. And that would be all. Thank you.